calling him Alcohol Rules Ruben. My wife recently ran into her ex-husband, and it seems to have triggered her. That marriage ended because of his excessive drinking. Since we've been together, we have drinks regularly, but it's never to excess. Yesterday, she saw her ex at the grocery store, and I guess it brought back all the negative memories. Now she's hit me with a new list of alcohol rules. A couple examples are only one drink on a weekday. And if one of us has a drink, the other can't have any. And no one drinks after 10 p.m. I have no problem drinking in moderation, and this has never been an issue with us. I don't think I'm comfortable agreeing with this at all. What are the next steps?
Okay, well, I think you're on the right track, Ruben, but I think you're focusing on the wrong thing. So you're nailing it. She ran into her ex. She's feeling triggered by all these memories. So now she's like wanting to deal with that, and she's in this space of not knowing how to deal with that. So she's like, let's just have all these rules. So I think you have to be very empathetic of that and start the conversation there, and don't make the conversation about the rules and how you're not comfortable, and because she's in a triggered space. She's not going to be able to hear what you're saying. So like you already say you drink in moderation anyways. We can follow these rules until we can work through this conversation, and we can show that we're in this with her, that we're supporting her feelings, we're seeing her, we're hearing her.
Ruben, has your wife ever thought that perhaps doing dumb stuff like this is exactly why her ex-husband had a drinking problem?
No.
You can't just make up rules in the middle of, like, all of a sudden we're going to no more than one drink on a weeknight. Come on.
Goodness.
I mean, either ignore it or tell her you're following it or whatever, but there's no reason that you should actually be compelled to follow these arbitrary rules that she has come up with.
Oh my gosh.
Because she was reminded of some things in her past. You've given her no reason to give you rules. I would tell her that you're not a child, and you don't follow rules that are just arbitrarily made up.
That was the one thing that you said. You said it in a toxic way, but it's the one thing he could present to her that wouldn't be toxic out of everything else that you said, of like, hey, this is kind of making me feel like a child. Let's talk through this. But boy, that advice was crazy.
601-995-1017. Advice for Alcohol Rules Ruben, whose wife was married before to an alcoholic.
Yeah.
She ran into him at the grocery store. Now he's got all kinds of alcohol rules to follow, and he's like, well, hold on, I'm not an alcoholic. It was Bob that was the alcoholic. Why are you putting the rules on me? I don't want rules.
But Ruben's focusing on the wrong thing. You're so close, because you're getting like, she's triggered by her ex, so she's like feeling anxious. Lean into that a little bit. Show your support. Don't focus on the rules just yet. Focus on being a supportive husband.
Jesse texted and said, I agree with Adam. Grow some balls, dude.
Oh, boy.
Man up.
Izzy's got a different take. She says most people think they're drinking in moderation. Just do something like a 2-week dry and settle the anxiety. If you can't go 2 weeks, you might have a problem.
Which is why I do dry January every single year.
There you go.
It's my one accomplishment that I get every single year. My one attaboy. I can pat myself on the back. 601-995-1017. MJ says, OMG, Adam. She's obviously traumatized by the ex. That's like saying to a domestic violence victim that they caused it. That wasn't exactly what I was saying.
No, but it is a good point to bring up. Like, she clearly is traumatized. And Katie also going with that sentiment. She says, just go along, be supportive. Her death grip will loosen quicker if you're compliant. She knows her ex didn't start out that way. She's just trying to avoid future escalation.
Morning, brother Jerry. Glad you called. What you got?
Oh, brother, I'm okay with the rules as long as I get to make some.
What rule would you make? How would you counteract the rules being put on you about drinking?
It's simple. I accept them. I will take them, brother. But you gotta let me get a couple. Mirrors in the car are not for makeup.
Okay.
All right, there's a rule.
Any other rules?
All right, we got co-pilot rules. So if I'm driving, I get to control the radio. I get to determine the route and where we go.
Okay.
I like it. And as long as that radio station is on Y101,
Exactly.
Jerry,
Exactly.
that's got to be a rule too.
Exactly right, brother.
All right, Jerry.
My exes. Yeah.
Thank you for the call, buddy. Talk to you later. Bye. Good morning, Natalie. What do you think?
y'all are both right, but I think fear is what's driving this for her.
Yes.
And then out of fear, she's wanting to control. Definitely, like, let her know that he understands that she has fears, but try and, like, remind her of their track record to kind of assuage those fears. He can remind her, you know, we went here, we did this, and we were both in control. Or we went to that wedding, and, you know, this is how I handled it. So I feel I've shown I understand how to handle alcohol, and how to respect you in our relationship when drinking. So, you know, try and, like, fight the fear with rational examples, but definitely come from a place of understanding, because fear is not rational. So her irrational rules are just an extension of the fear. But,
so what you're saying is just tell her she's not being rational.
No. No.
That's what I'm hearing.
I love what you heard from that. That's very interesting.
I am going to steal that for some people who choose to misunderstand me, Natalie. That is so good. I love what you heard from that.
Thank you, Natalie. Appreciate the phone call. And Rhaya just texted, relationship be based on trust and respect. Husband should respect that she has past trauma, and wife should trust that he wouldn't hurt her in that way. No rules, just safe spaces with each other. They're both grown adults.
I think that's going to take a lot of tough conversations to get there, though, Rhaya. They've got some communicating to do.
Lots of tough conversations and maybe a few beverages along the way to make those conversations just a bit easier. Pop a cold one, my friend.
Adam and Allison in the morning.